5, The Big Pasta Dinner. And it's your boy Icon with another DC animated television review for you. And I do not have time to go over all of these dick jokes. Well, before we get started, hit the notification bell, like it or subscribe, and let's get started with some Harley Quinn action. So there's a lot to unpack here. There's definitely a lot to unpack here. So Harley's been having, because we saw in the last episode, Brainiac basically brain blasted Harley and Ivy. So because of that, Harley has been seeing a skull face like in her dreams, which is driving her crazy. And because it's driving her crazy and she can't sleep, she decided to basically do a lot of housework to fix to fix up the house to keep her mind and everything busy. It's not working because she keeps having the dreams. She calls Bruce Wayne because she wants to install a specific shower head in her shower, but they said that it's illegal and she needs to get the building manager to do it. Bruce said that's not his job and for her to tell Alfred when she comes to the party. She goes, "What party?" And then Bruce says that he had flown her an invitation to a building party for everyone who lives in his condo. King Shark, one of King Shark's kids showed up, and then they ended up, taking him in because King Shark was busy, so he's with them for the day. Frank is there also, so now, ever since we had the Frank origin story, he has to actually be here now, so Frank's there also. So now we're all going to the party, the building party, hosted by Bruce Simp Wayne. So when they get there, Damian Wayne is there, and apparently he was dating Raven, and the two of them broke up. Alfred was there. Alfred was still in prison. I forgot about that. I legitimately forgot Alfred was in prison, and Bruce said that he broke Alfred out of prison just so he could host the dinner with all the tenants, which I thought was hilarious. Harley and Ivy get there, everybody's there, and then the Joker shows up, surprisingly. Lois Lane is there. Lois Lane is there because Bruce had gifted a condo to Superman. Joker showed up because he bought one of the condos for his daughter, who's going to Metropolis to intern at one of the Wayne Tech Foundations. So that's it. So the gang's all here. We got everything. We got everything situated. We got everything straight. So now, while we're having dinner, everybody's having a conversation. Harley was speaking to Alfred about the shower head. Alfred said he's not going to install it because it's illegal. And then she gets into a fight with him, and she's just like, "You better install the shower head, you son of a bitch, or I'm going to kill you." And then when she says that, the lights go out. And then when the lights go out and come back on, Alfred's laying dead on the floor, and Harley has a knife in her hand that's dripping with blood. So right out the gate, she's been framed. So she's trying to figure out what's happening. And then Bruce is like, "Oh, you killed Alfred, Harley. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get you." And then Harley, Ivy, the Shark Boy, and Frank, they make a run for it. And, because they're just like, "I don't want to get, caught up by Bruce Wayne." So they make a run for it, and they're hiding from Bruce now, who's like, "Oh, I got to kill you because you killed Alfred." Bruce then tells the Joker and Lois and Damian that Alfred actually isn't dead. He said that Alfred has a habit of faking his own death. I guess just to be like a baby when he doesn't get his way or whatever, when he tries to teach Bruce a lesson about what life would be like without him. But Bruce is he's like, "I know I'm faking." He's like, "I know he's faking." Harley didn't actually kill him, but because of how Harley reacted to the whole situation, now she's making me think that she's up to something, and now we got to investigate what Harley's doing. So everybody splits up into pairs, and they start looking for Harley. The Joker and Bruce teamed up this entire episode, and that shit was hilarious. They were walking around, they were going into the shower together, they were making all these different jokes, and Joker actually provided Bruce with some good counseling, because when Bruce talked, because he had a picture of Dick Grayson on his wall, and then Joker was like, "Well, who's that?" He's like, "That's Dick Grayson in my first ward, and he died." And then he was like, "Well, who's that?" He was like, "That's Jason Todd. He was my second ward, and he died." So he was just like, "Jesus Christ, man." He said, both of your wards dead, your parents died, your butler's dead. He's like, everybody around you seems to die. And he said that the problem with you, Bruce, and this is the Joker giving Bruce Wayne advice. He said the problem with you is you never tell anybody how you really feel while they're still alive. You always mourn them when they're gone. They said even your own son right now, Damian hates you, and you're not even asking Damian what the situation is. You're not even trying to be a part of his life. And then Bruce was like, "Well, shit, I was in prison thanks to you, Joker." And he said, "When I got out of prison, I had to put my life back together." He was just like, "That's no excuse." So now he kind of feels bad, and he's trying, because he's just like, you got to apologize and say the things that you never said. So that gives Bruce something to think about. So later on, Harley and Ivy, they find secret tunnels all throughout the building, and then Harley deduces that the secret tunnels is what the killer used to kill Alfred. So Harley brings everyone back together, and she's just like, "Oh, I didn't kill Alfred. Whoever killed Alfred used these secret tunnels, and the person is in the house right now with somebody from within." And then that's when Bruce is like, "Look, Harley," he said, Alfred's faking it. He's not really dead." And then she was like, "Well, then who did it?" And then the lights go out, and then when the lights come back on, it's the Red X. And obviously we know who the Red X is because the Red X was there, and then he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, Harley," and he's trying to kill Harley Quinn. He's going after Harley. He's using his Red X beams to stop everybody. He's fighting everybody, and then in the end, the Red X takes off of his mask, and he's revealed to be Dick Grayson. The goat is back, thank God. And they're just like, "Oh my God, Dick, like, how are you here?" And then he was like, "Thanks to the Lazarus Pit, and now I'm going to kill Harley Quinn once and for all, and I want Bruce to watch." And then right before Dick kills Harley Quinn, Bruce tells Dick and Damian that he's sorry. And then that's when Dick stopped in his tracks because he was like, "You've never apologized or anything in your life." And then he was like, like, "I'm sorry for not being there, for not giving you the love that you needed, for not being the person that you needed me to be." He's like, "I love you both, like you're my sons." And I still reject the whole thing about Dick being Bruce's son. Dick was more like a little brother. Like, I can, like, obviously Damian, Tim, and Jason are more like sons. To me, Dick was always like his younger brother. But anyway, for the sake of the argument, we're going to go with the son thing. So after he basically apologized to both of his sons, like they hugged him. They were like, "That's all we ever wanted from you was love and affection and everything." And then, Harley was like, "Well, that's great." But she said, "How the hell did you come back to life?" And then when they looked over in the corner, they saw that Alfred's body was gone. And that's when Bruce was like, "Yeah," because Alfred likes to fake his own death. And then when Alfred bust through the scene like the Kool-Aid Man, he was dressed like the macaroni. And he said that Alfred is dead. And that's another thing. Bruce didn't even know Alfred's last name. He was just like, "I'm sick of this." Alfred dressed as the macaroni. He showed up and he said, "I'm the one that brought Dick back to life using the Lazarus Pit because I wanted Dick to kill Joker, Harley, and Ivy," because he said out of all the people, like he said, me being the partner to Batman, being the sidekick to Batman, helping Batman clean up the streets, he said, "You three make the biggest mess and are the biggest pains in the ass out of everybody that I've tried to stop. And I wanted Dick to kill you all, and it didn't work." And he's like, "But now I'm going to take my revenge and I'm going to clean up everybody, especially you, Bruce." And he was like, "Alfred, what?" He said, "Alfred, what did I do?" And he was like, "What's my last name?" He said, "Alfred Butler." He said, "My last name is Pennyworth, damn it." He's like, "You don't even know my own name." And now Alfred's just like, "I'm going to wipe the board clean and I'm going to kill everybody." And he uses Bane venom. He injects himself with Bane venom. Then he gets all swole. And now dressed as the macaroni, Alfred's now trying to kill everybody. So this leads to a big team up with the entire... Watching Joker and Bruce team up is weird as hell. But then Damian ended up getting close to Joker's daughter. So the two of them went off somewhere. Everybody was basically trying to fight the macaroni. They was getting their ass beat. And then it led them to the shower because they came up with the idea. They came up with the idea that said that if you can get him to sweat, he can sweat the Bane venom out of his system. And then that didn't work. And then, but although they were in the shower, Harley noticed that Alfred had an ankle monitor on. And she said, "If we can bust the shower heads open, we can, destroy his ankle monitor." And then that's when Harley realized all the shower heads that were in Bruce's apartment, his condo, were the same shower heads that she wanted to install, but Alfred told her no. And then Bruce was like, "There's no way I'm using low flow pressure," because he's like, "I'm Bruce Wayne." So then they ended up getting the Shark Boy to bite off all the handles. The water came out. It short-circuited, like Alfred. There was a moment where Harley saved Dick's life. So now the two of them are like even. And I'm very upset that the whole Harley killing Dick Grayson storyline basically just ended. Because even Ivy said it. Because when Dick came back dressed as the Red X, she was just like, he was like, "I'm alive, thanks to Lazarus Pit." Ivy was like, "Wow, I feel like we missed a lot." And I'm just like, yeah, like, where was all that story? Like, where was all that backstory? None of that shit. He just died, and now he's back, and now the two of them made up. Now everything's cool. So that was it. They defeated Alfred. There were a lot of dick jokes. There was a lot of dick jokes. And then after that, they called the authorities, and then they took Alfred to prison. And then Damian goes, "What are we going to do now about Alfred, Bruce?" And then Bruce said, "I'll make a call tomorrow to spring his release from prison, because after all, somebody needs to clean up this mess." And I was like, that's fucked up. That was fucked up. Anyway, but then now that Damian and Joker's kid are dating each other, Joker and Bruce are now going to hang out more because now their kids are going to have play dates. Lois was like, "This ain't got nothing to do with me." She's like, "I'm out." Everybody went home, and that was pretty much it. Lois then, because during this whole thing, when the Red X showed up and he had the Red X skull mask on, Harley thought that was the skull face she kept seeing in her dreams. And she mentioned that. She said, like, "Oh, this is the skull I've been dreaming about." And then that sparked Lois's attention, to which we later found out why. Lois went to Harley and Ivy's house and told them that we need to talk. She said, Harley, I want you to be my assistant and work with me at the Daily Planet to help me unravel this mystery. She said, because I'm having the exact same dreams that you are about a skull-faced person. That was how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So basically, obviously, because it wasn't the Red X, obviously the face that they're seeing is Brainiac. And I guess that means at some point Lois uncovered the truth about Brainiac. Brainiac snatched Lois up on his spaceship and he wiped her memory clean the same way he wiped the memory of Ivy and he wiped the memory of Harley. So he did the same thing to Lois, but for some reason Lois and Harley are the ones that are still seeing Brainiac like in her dreams. So now things are kicking up because the two of them are going to uncover the Brainiac mystery. Superman is still in outer space. God knows where. But he'll be back in the finale. But that was it. So like I said, so now we're going to have Harley at the Daily Planet, which is going to be hilarious. I look forward to reviewing it with all of you as we conclude some more Harley Quinn action. So check out my other reviews. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on X. Always on YouTube where you can leave your comments and concerns. Check out my other reviews because I got my review for WWE NXT Vengeance Day for all you wrestling fans. We're doing Cobra Kai for all you Cobra Kai fans. The last 5 episodes of Cobra Kai we're going to review. And we're still doing Harley Quinn. I got Captain America's coming. You just got to give me some time for that because, like I said, this weekend between Valentine's Day, between NBA All-Star Weekend, between wrestling and everything, and then Captain America, like so much stuff happened. I'm going to get to Captain America, and we're going to do that Captain America. Like I said, but right now we'll continue to roll on for some more Harley Quinn and everything else in between that pops up on Red Eyes Entertainment. So that was it, guys. So thank you for tuning in. So until next time for some more Harley Quinn action, look out for the Red X because the GOAT, Dick Grayson, is back, and we're out this